You are not yourself. You are the mere reflection of those around you. You spend your whole life copying others and working to be the most inauthentic version of you. But this is not a bad thing. You're just like everyone else. You have role models. The concept of not being yourself is commonly thought of as something you shouldn't do. It seems that everywhere in my life, I have this message of individualism being shoved into my face. Be yourself, everyone else is already taken. Be you and own it. Or people-pleasing hides the real you. When I hear these messages, I am appalled. How can a me that aspires to self-improve be any less me than the me who's a good-for-nothing layabout? How can the me who does things out of empathy and politeness be any less me than the me who is just outright insensitive and rude? Now, of course, these messages must be taken with a grain of salt. They are not made as excuses to be lazy or rude, but rather made to be motivators that will encourage confidence. Anyways, I'm up here today to talk about how not being yourself and how modeling your behavior off of others is a natural survival mechanism that is incredibly useful and important. I want to share with all of you the function of role models, the importance of role models, and how to choose good role models. So before I go any further, I want you all to try and imagine someone in your life who has qualities you wish you had. Anyone is fine, human or non-human, fiction or non-fiction. Just try and imagine someone who you wish you were a little more like. That person, whether you like it or not, is your role model. They don't have to be a real person in your life. They might be a fictional character or a celebrity. There's no limit to who can or cannot be your role model. In the 1950s, the term role model was devised as a term that refers to an individual in a specific role that provides exemplary behavior associated with their role. Now, this isn't exactly the way in which the word is used today. Today, when you hear role model, you probably imagine someone who others look up to. A group of researchers from the University of Exeter and the University of Queensland proposed that a role model is someone who, 1, shows us how to perform skills or achieve goals, 2, shows us that a goal is attainable, and 3, makes the goal desirable. Now, it should be known that role models are not exclusive. Everyone has them. Babies learn communication and social skills by emulating their parents and other peers. Studies have shown that children imitate the behavior of those whose actions are seen being rewarded, a process which is known as vicarious reinforcement. Throughout one's life, many emulate the qualities of their peers, celebrities, in addition to higher powers. Behavioral psychologists have developed theories such as the social learning theory, a theory that proposes that new social behaviors are acquired through the observation and imitation of others. Developmental psychologists have the identification theory, a theory that proposes children internalize their perception of their parents and then model their behavior based off of what he or she learns. Clearly, role models are of great importance in our life, for it is through them that we learn to survive and thrive in this world. They motivate us by showing us that certain goals are desirable, achievable, and/or attainable. Their qualities, success, or whatever they have that role aspirants might want, non-verbally communicates the idea, if I can do it, so can you. So how do you choose good role models? And by good role models, I mean role models that will benefit your well-being. Remember, role models are important because they help you improve and develop in your life. Their function is to provide you with the motivation and the guidance and the inspiration to do just that. Oftentimes, we don't get to choose our role models, just as we don't get to choose the ones we love. They simply appear in our lives for a period of time and then disappear as our interests and areas for growth change. However, despite the fickle nature of role models, our conscious selves are not powerless when it comes to deciding who they are. By simply setting yourself goals, you provide yourself with the opportunity to have a say as to who your role models are. With this element of control, you will be better able to discern between good role models and bad role models enabling you to choose role models that will benefit your well-being. So first, set a healthy goal like, I want to become more of an environmentalist. If you set yourself an unhealthy goal like, I want to resist sleep for as long as I can, you're probably not going to choose a role model that will benefit your well-being simply because your goal doesn't benefit your well-being. Make sure your goal is realistic and achievable. If you're already a passionate environmentalist, don't overexert yourself. Sometimes enough is enough. What is or is not a healthy goal will differ from person to person. Second, find someone who embodies your goal. And I want to put emphasis on the word find. After all, you are the one who is choosing your role model. Look at the people in your community. Look online. Look for anyone who even partially embodies your goal. They don't have to be perfect. 3, focus on the positive qualities of your role model. If it helps, I would even recommend you exaggerate your positive perception of them for additional motivation. 4, model them, mimic them, unshamefully be inspired. You might feel ingenuine or uncomfortable or fake at first, but slowly, as you work towards your goal and you develop, you'll feel more authentic and more confident. After all, if none of us ever had role models, we'd have the personality of infants. Thank you.